What's up, Coda Improvements?
What's
Chris
happening,
Greenaway,
guys?
Dizzy Izzy. Gas station? No, the shop.
The shop.
The shop.
It's rainy, so we
Yeah.
figured, well, we'll come here to the shop and do it.
It's raining.
And maybe we'll give some stuff away.
You want to give some
We haven't
things
done that
away?
in a long time.
No, we haven't.
When was the last time we gave stuff away?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll need somebody.
Made muscle.
Somebody's got to be a trivia master.
Oh. Yep. Not me.
So what's going on, guys?
What's
Anything new and exciting?
Uncle Squirrel.
Uncle Squirrel.
Vintage Engine Repair says, hey, Tony.
What's happening? Vintage engine repairs.
Doug Norton. Unity. What's up, Andy?
Andy, what's happening, man?
Anthony Perna. Matt S.
They're all piling in.
Rich. Hang on, I can't say what last name. That's a tough one.
What's up?
Ingigneri. I know I said that wrong. Engineer.
Is it an Italian thing?
Yeah, but it's one I'm unfamiliar with. Do you know Salty Cracker is on? Hill Bill says.
I'm up against Salty Cracker.
That's a
terrible.
problem.
That is a problem because we have a lot of crossover viewership. We do two completely different things, but anytime I mention Salty Cracker, everybody keeps going, wee! In fact, I want to stop this live now and go watch Salty Cracker.
You do?
Yeah.
You want to just go home?
No, we'll stick it out.
Okay.
Wee!
So, what's up, everybody? Oh my goodness. Salty Army. Yeah.
Yeah. The salt must flow.
Rooster American says, hey, just got done watching 4 of your timing videos. Good stuff.
Thank you. I did 4 timing videos.
I'm sure you have.
Oh my God! It all blends into one video. It's just like when I look back at like the last 4 years of doing this, I don't see individual videos. I just see one video with different parts.
What's up, Bill McKiska?
What's happening, Bill?
Hill Bill says, okay, I'm back to the salt. Love you, though.
Okay. Tell him we said hi.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to Salty for us.
Happy Sunday. What's up, Chungo68? Zero.
What's happening, man?
Vince Rencher. One-Eyed Cat. Life with Yellow says, God bless. God bless. You Can't Be Serious says, howdy.
So I got a dilemma. I got a question now, right?
Uh-oh, what?
All right. So about a month ago, an extremely large company sent me an extremely expensive item. Okay? Which I don't want. Right?
You told them you didn't want
I
it.
told them I didn't want it. And
They
I
don't
said
care.
I said that I was going to send it back. Mm-hmm. Right? But you know what? They sent it, and I'm like, what do I do with this thing? It doesn't fit the motif of the channel because it's really high-end stuff. It's not something that we would typically work with.
It's quality parts.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
We do quality parts, but they're second, third, fifth-hand quality parts.
Right, okay.
Right? Because that's what our viewers. We would not have the
I know.
channel that we have if we were just taking new parts and like high-end stuff and saying,
Right,
here.
obviously,
We would be Cletus and have
People have
Cletus's
that,
audience.
yeah.
But we don't have that. We have guys who work with basics.
Mm-hmm.
That's the intent of this channel. So, but at any rate, I have this extremely expensive, exotic part sent to us by this huge corporation. And I'm on the fence as to whether to send it back to them, right, or do a giveaway with it.
Mm-hmm.
A contest of some sort,
I don't know, maybe.
right? I'm not looking to profit from this at all. It's not like I'm, so I'm going to selling chances or anything like that. But I would like to see it go to a good cause. Because sending it back to giant, huge mega corporation is not sending it to a
Mako
good
Shark
cause.
is saying, what's the part?
I'm not going to say, but
Zero says, wait, did I win? No, Zero. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be fair.
yeah, it wouldn't be.
We'll send you something else, Zero.
Ow! Wait. Ow.
What?
Oh my God! I still can't fucking walk.
Oh.
Zero. You want an adapter?
Okay, there you go.
You want
He
an
says,
adapter?
just kidding.
It's a beautiful.
We know you're kidding.
It's a beautiful 4150 to Dominator flange adapter. All right. Get this in the mail to him tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Well, the contest
You won this,
involved a
man.
death
Congratulations.
match. He says, "Oh yeah." All right. He's like, so you can't say what the part is?
I'm not going to say what it is
But
because then
isn't
you'll
it
know exactly what
highly
it is.
specific? Like you have to have a certain kind of build to be able to use it?
Um,
Or no, am I wrong about that?
no. It would fit any build, but it takes a specific thing, which we don't do on this channel. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Trust me, anybody who gets it would open a box and say,
We could do a charity raffle.
somebody's got to organize that, and I want to make sure that it goes to the charity.
I
You know what I mean?
know, it's
That's a
always
problem.
very like
Right. There's always,
sketchy.
yeah, I don't get involved in anything.
Right, I
See,
know.
yeah,
Because then you're like you're really on the line and then people start accusing people of doing
E-
things that they haven't done and it's just like
exactly.
So it's
that's,
better
that's why
not to do
that's why we
that.
stay away from doing
Yeah,
things,
I
promotions
know.
for charities or anything like
Yeah,
that, because
it's bad.
we do nothing. We do nothing that could be questionable. You know what I mean? Because you could do something and 999 out of 1,000 people know what you're doing and they're like, yes, good, good going. And then you get that one
Be nice.
that will like twist things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you don't want to do anything that even leaves you, that much doubt. So
Yeah.
that's why we don't do like charity giveaways or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to
Which is
step
really
up and
sad,
volunteer to handle that, that's. But anyway, what do you guys think I should do? Should I send it back?
They're
or-
asking what it is.
I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say
What
what
company?
it is. Huge company. Huge company. I like this was unsolicited. Like I didn't ask for this thing. I didn't want it. Right? Because usually the companies will say, "Well, you
Vince says send it back.
send it back."
Paul says trivia contest. Does it fit just a Mopar?
No, no, it fits anything. It's a universal part.
Will it fit a 455 Pontiac?
Yes.
10 millimeter socket?
No.
I don't know, UT. I think cover your butt and send it back.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking too. But it's like I feel like we have I don't know, the potential to do some good with this thing, as opposed to just sending it back to a mega corporation. Actually, I bet you mega corporation's probably somebody from mega corporation is probably watching this right now. And they're like, just send it back to me, you bastard. We get people offer to send us stuff all the time, welding equipment,
Yeah, we
this and
say
that, and
no.
the other thing. We say no. It's
Yeah.
just across the board. It's no. We don't want it.
Tony, it'll get views.
Yeah, we get views.
We get views.
Without that. I don't want to use it for exploitive purposes. I like to use it to do some.
But
good-
you know what?
some-
No matter what we do, we're going to get slammed.
right,
So
exactly.
just send it back.
I probably should. So what else is going on?
Let's see. UTG should use it on the mule to prove you can do as much or better with stock. Is it throwable?
Yes, you can throw
Do
it.
a big block Ford?
No. The mule is that motor is coming apart this week. I haven't done anything.
You can't move.
My
Tony's
back-
like really
my
hurt,
back is
guys.
jacked up. I have this.
I know that makes some of you happy, but
Yeah, there's like cylinder heads and shit like that. Like I dropped that head on the floor the other day, and it's still laying there because I can't pick it up.
Yeah. Let's see. Craig says, I know what it is. Did Craig give it to you?
Probably. No, Craig's not the person who sent it.
Okay. Tony, finally also invalid. Momentarily.
I'm very invalid.
Momentarily.
This is the longest a tweaked back has lasted me. It's usually, I've had this since I hurt my back when I was 15 or 16 years old. I was working at a transmission shop as an installer, right? And the thing back, it was a bunch of young guys, and you had to have bravado, okay? So
Bravado?
bravado.
In New York?
Right? So, as an adult, you take the tranny jack or whatever you're using, you take a couple of guys and you drop it down. But bravado. So the thing there was, and especially like this Italian New York 1970s bravado. So it's like,
It's beyond.
it's beyond, okay?
It's like just stupid.
So I weighed like 140 pounds, right? And the transmission weighed more than I did, by a margin. And the thing was, you're supposed to take all of the bolts, like everything loose, get the last bolt out of it, and then take the transmission like this, pop it back, drop it down to your chest, and carry it over to the bench, right? You know, this was, like looking back at it, I still can't believe we did shit like this. But that's how you're supposed to do it. If you did any less than that, or you asked for help, you were a girly man, and you didn't get to sit with everybody for lunch, right? So
You just sit by yourself for lunch.
you should sit by yourself. So I got the last bolt out like this, go to pull the transmission out, and I bent over backwards. Oh, I can't even
Don't
repeat
try
that
and do it.
motion now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it bent me over backwards. I flipped it over my head, and it broke the case, and all. It was a mess.
So you had to eat lunch alone. Is that when he shot the
I don't
sandwich
remember if
out
I
of your
ate-
hand after
No,
you did
that was another
Oh,
shop.
okay.
That was another shop that I worked at.
Oh, all right.
I tell stories, okay? But unless you came from New York City, and especially Staten Island, in the 1970s, you will not believe these because
You can't make it up.
you can't make it up. You can't make it up. It was everything was just so over the top. So that was my initial back injury, and ever since then I've had a weak spot, and it'll act up. I'll do something. It'll be something stupid. I'll just like turn and it'll just the right way, and then for 2 or 3 days I'm in pain. It goes away and we're fine. This is 8 days now. This is day number 8, and it hasn't eased off any. We were going to go to the track last night. The car is
Yeah.
still sitting up on the trailer. We were going to go to the track last night. We had a dog sitter and everything
Yeah.
come, and it was like, no,
She came and he's like, I can't move.
I can't do it.
The problem was we wouldn't have been able to lift the gate to get the car off.
Well, there were things that I wanted to do besides just make runs with the car. I wanted to do plug changes, jet changes. You know, there were things I wanted to. I want to put the car through its paces, and I'm not. It's,
In the shape.
Yeah, to bend over the fender and go "Kirk," like that to be
You
breaking
and your
plugs.
excuses, Tony.
I'm so full of excuses.
Benjamin C says you can make a big joke of it. Be like, this video brought to you by Brand X. Everyone should buy this part twice.
That's not a bad idea. Who said that?
Benjamin C.
Guys, let's send him something.
We should send him something.
He got the carb adapter. Zero got the carb adapter. What can we send him?
Benjamin C is the one that gave us that plaque, the UTG plaque.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do I have that I can send him? Let's see. 727 yoke. Can you use that? No, I need that. I need that.
He needs that.
Um,
What do we got? We got a mess over here, Tony.
Geez,
we
Ben, what do you
really need to
want?
clean. Benjamin is red. 0. Yeah. He's laughing. What do you got, Tony?
I got
What do
some.
you
I got something for you. I got something.
What is it? Can you walk?
Yeah.
All right. What is it?
How about a front caliper
Mozzarella.
for AMF era Harley? Can you use that?
He can't use that.
How do you know?
He can't use that.
Can you use this? Because if you can, I'll send it to you.
Benjamin,
It's
tell
a
me you
nice-
want something better than
Has a
that.
nice Harley Davidson logo on it. Let me know. If you can use this, let me know. I'll put it back over here for now.
Oh, your brother is on as James DeFeo.
Why?
I don't know. It says James DeFeo. Thank God the girly jeans skipped me, he says.
No.
Are you saying your brother got the
Zero,
girly
if
jeans?
Ben doesn't want this, I'll throw this in your package with the your adapter.
Tony's just cleaning out the shop. Yeah.
No, I love these things. These are important things to me.
Ari says, Kathy, can you guys win me one of those Amway bottles Tony's always starting things with? Do you have a bottle for Ari?
I'm gonna send Ari the one I used today.
Benjamin C says, Tony UT, I don't have any bikes. Thanks, though.
Does it matter?
He doesn't want anything from you he can't use.
What is this squirt bottle I used today?
It's right here. It's here.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Here you go. I'll empty it out for you.
Is there gas in there?
It's water.
You
I
used
used
water?
prop water for the
Oh,
I
'cause
didn't want
people-
to stink you out while
Yeah,
we were.
that's nice. I appreciate that. A seasoned one? Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so,
so this one
I
goes
need
to
a
this goes
list.
to Ari. This goes to Zero. This goes to Ari.
okay. And Benjamin C,
Ben,
we'll find something for you. He's in Canada, so it's got to be light.
Oh, jeez. How about we send him our best wishes? Because shipping anything in Canada is like.
Benjamin, send me your address. Uncle Tony's Garage at gmail.com. We'll send you something.
We'll send you something.
Oh, thoughts and prayers. Best wishes.
Thoughts and prayers.
Oh my goodness. Too funny. We appreciate you, Benjamin. I love that plaque. It's in the office of the house.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Okay, so, all right, so what are we going to do with the carburetor?
Which carburetor?
This one.
The thermal quad?
Oh, does it hurt to laugh, Tony?
No, but I need this thermal quad. I'm going to set this up for the 73 Roadrunner. It's the house because it has a hollow, an air block on it now.
Can you carry that?
Yes. It's a
Is
thermal
that too
quad.
heavy?
It's plastic, so I can carry it. See?
So why is your brother using his real name?
I don't know.
James, why are you using your real name? James
He
says
might have
he's
got sued
crying,
by
his
girls.
back hurts from a car fixing injury, 30 years old. What?
30 years old. Try again. I was like 15 or 16. I had just gotten thrown out of school.
Why is your brother trolling you?
Why not? The rest of my family does.
No, they don't.
I tell you, they don't even talk.
All right, let's see. Floyd's Garage says, so we are using an electric pump over mechanical, and what about the carburetor?
I don't follow.
Oh, I don't know. Ran out of aliases. Tony, is it someone pretending to be your brother?
Well, probably not. They wouldn't know his real name.
Right, that's true. Let's see. Joe K says, so happy Halloween. No DeSoto, Black Cat for tonight? No.
Yeah. Well, we got the haunted valve. So the spooky haunted intake valve. Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
scary. Normal James is his real name. James DeFeo / Brian Cabral, secrets out? No. No. Let's see. Haunted Valve, yes.
Yes. Ooh.
How's your back doing? Toast wants to know. I think that's the greatest name. Toast.
It's toast. My back is toast. This really, no, seriously, this is the longest it's ever. I've had this through my entire life, my entire adult life, and this is the longest it's ever done it.
So, somebody sent me a really long message
Oh,
to my Facebook
okay,
about 6-pack carbs.
okay.
I can't get it now. I would have to get the laptop to read it
I
to
don't
you.
have any 6-pack carbs.
It's a question
Oh,
about 6-pack carbs.
Okay.
Maybe you should do a video on that.
I've done videos on 6-pack carbs.
Well, I don't know. It's a super long question. It's like a page.
I don't have time for that. Do you realize how old I am?
I know you.
I don't have time for that.
too. Oh my goodness.
I have time for like quick sentences.
Quick
Quick
sentence.
sentences. You know, a 5 to 8 word sentence. I have
Is that
time for
it?
Yes.
Could have fooled me. Let's see. Anthony Perna says, Tony, I have multiple bad discs in my back. They kill me. The only thing that helps besides the chiropractor is an inversion table. Try it. It may help you.
It's possible. I'm getting to the point now because usually I just write it out. It is what it is, and then I've had this happen like several times during the course of doing this channel, and it's no big deal. You can bluff your way through it. But this is going on longer than it usually does, and I don't. I think it's funny. I have like this. We've already talked about this. I have this total distrust of the medical establishment and medicine.
Okay.
It's that
It's
simple.
just ridiculous, but all right.
It may be ridiculous, but I
You're
have
going to
found
have to give in eventually.
I'm a big believer in holistic
Right,
healing,
well-
and
It doesn't happen all the time. You can't be serious, says.
I can be.
If I wanted to watch a revival video, what would UTG suggest? He's trying to find out whose video you watched.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. I love the guy's channel. He's awesome. He's awesome. But it wasn't just him. I watched one recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, a channel that I'm not crazy about. I'm not crazy about the people. But the subject matter I was interested in, so I watched that one, and they did the same exact thing. They did the same exact thing. So and I've seen this, so I figured, well, let's just throw this out there. And we've done a couple of revivals. We've never gone out to the woods and
But
done
you know
something
what
out
the
of the
problem is that you do them too fast.
woods.
There's
Because
no
that's how long it
struggle.
takes to do them.
Right, but people like the struggle.
People do like the struggle.
Right.
Right. They do like the
That's
struggle.
part of the
They don't-
story. Like they don't want to see you like do it in 2 seconds. That's boring.
Yeah, but
They want to see you struggle, and they want to see like the challenge of it, and they want to see it take like a half an hour
I know
of
that.
cranking,
I
and then
know, I
you
know,
get it.
I
Like that's
know,
the
I
whole
know.
journey they want to go on. But you don't do that.
I don't
You're
do
like,
that.
oh, here it started.
I don't do that.
Right.
The goal here is to inspire people,
Hmm.
not show them how difficult it can be, but show them how easy it could be if they just apply themselves. That's the goal of the channel. That's why we
Yeah,
don't.
but people don't work like that.
That's other
They
people.
want to understand that it's a struggle because they struggle. So
But
they can
I'm trying to
relate
show them
it.
how not to struggle. I'm trying to show them how you look here. You don't have to struggle. You can do this. It's not hard.
Okay, James DeFeo says,
Yes.
no, I restarted my tablet and my name came up, and my kid's not around to fix it. And I needed to be entertained while my chili is cooling.
Nice. You don't put beans in your chili, do you? I hope you don't.
Oh my goodness. Tony needs to add high zinc oil to his back for extra anti-wear protection.
Oh man, yeah. It's bone on bone, I think.
You're going to have to get an inversion table, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you know when I heard it initially this time around was when I put the transmission in Bottle Rocket. I guess it was maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Mm.
And I was struggling to get it up on the, laying under the car, getting it up on the jack under the car.
Yep.
And I started. That's when it kind of started, and then I did it in with the ramp.
Oh, J. Russell Finch says that James DeFeo. Good to see the technology naivety runs in the family.
Yeah, we're a Luddite.
I'm not. I can do things.
You're not, so I can be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If Tony eats chili with no beans, I'm unsubscribing.
I don't have beans in my chili.
Sorry, Joe Brennan.
Sorry, man. No beans. I want meat. I don't want filler. I like beans. I like baked beans. But I don't like beans.
Joe Brennan says unsubscribe.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to see you go, but yeah, that's just no filler.
Franco says, Tony, do you know who the father of holistic medicine was? Do you know who it was?
Was it Aleister Crowley?
No. No.
I don't know.
It was Edgar Casey. He said.
Edgar Casey. That's right, Edgar Casey.
James
The sleeping prophet.
James DeFeo says maybe the mechanic thing is too tough. Maybe start a knitting channel.
This is what I'm saying. It might be too much for my sensitive, my delicate body.
Let's see. UTG Tony's what? Getting the I can't admit I can't do what I used to do anymore pains.
No, that's not true.
No, that's
That's
not
not
true.
true.
Tony does a lot.
People are always accusing me of not working.
Right, I know. He does a lot.
I don't do it on camera.
Oh, yeah, he's rolling.
I don't do it on camera.
Let's look. I gotta turn this way. Let's see. A periscope, yeah. Pan away, pan away. Let's see.
I get a kick out of the people in the comments. Why don't you try working on something?
Did you see there was somebody today? They were like, "Well, I'm waiting. Are you gonna do anything? You gonna do anything, Tony?"
All right. So for the record, okay.
Plan
what,
Z.
What
Yes.
have I been working on? Okay. Yeah. Plan Z's next. Plan Z's next. Bottle Rocket, and then Plan Z. Although tomorrow we're gonna take Slagheimer out and screw around with that.
Yeah.
Because I've been working my way through that. There's just from. I'm not
Don't
gonna
even
say.
say
I'm not
it.
gonna say. I'm not gonna say. So I've been working through the bugs on that car. So I think if the weather's nice tomorrow, we're just gonna take it out and beat it up a little bit. Probably make a video out of that. But just for the record, um, I'm so I've been working on all of the bits and pieces for that motor there.
This motor?
Yeah, that's a surprise. That's
It's a
going to be a
surprise.
surprise. That's something that
But
what?
shouldn't I film you working on it?
Only when I have everything I need done and it's all finished. Like when I say finished, in other words, when it's all finalized.
Okay.
So I'm not going to talk about that particular engine. That engine is going to be a fun engine, right? It's going to be a fun engine. It's going to be a low horsepower engine. I mean, under 300 horsepower, but it'll be probably one of the most fun projects we've ever done. So
Is that for the...
it's not for anything in
Okay.
particular. It's an exercise.
Okay.
It's an exercise, and it goes back to a challenge that I issued at one point that was never answered. So, but I had it in my mind, and I want to do that anyway.
Okay.
So once I've solidified all of the plans for that one, and I've lined up dyno time on it because that's the
This
other
one.
thing too. And this has to go on a dyno.
I know.
Then I'll talk about that engine, and we'll do a whole video on it, but not until we get to that point.
Okay.
Then I'm putting this one together.
That motor?
I'm putting this one together, and this is the engine that's going to go into bottle rocket. I'm a big believer in spares. I like to have spares, right, of everything. So it's like I won't spend $1 unless I have two. So I'm the same way with parts and stuff. I won't use a part unless I have two. I'm funny that way. I've always been that way from the time I was a kid. So that engine there is going to go together for bottle rocket, so that I can gleefully spray the one.
Gleefully?
Yeah, I can gleefully spray that one into oblivion if I have to.
Are you gonna have to?
Right? And I could smile and giggle all the way home,
As we pick up all the parts?
saying that, oh look, I have one to just write in. So that's what we're doing with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I work on stuff. I have a Slant 6 project that I haven't talked about.
Over there.
That's sitting over on the stand. That I'm quietly gathering parts and prepping things for, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always working
And
on
that
it.
engine over there is for...
That engine over there is going to be for the mule, but that's
mule.
only one engine. Okay? The mule is going to have several engines, and I've been prepping things for that. Like for instance, I built that torque flight over there. So that one, I need the retainer clip for the tail shift bearing. Otherwise, I would put that all together now. But that's a lock-up 727 that's going to go into the mule car, and the rear end for it is down there. But I'm also gathering parts because I want a hot rod engine for the mule, and I want a completely dead stock engine for the mule. And oddly enough, it's hard for me to find dead stock parts to put an engine together. So that's another thing I've been. So I'm always working on things. There's always things being, you know what I mean? But I just don't do them on camera because I'm trying not to do a vlog. I don't want to do okay. Let's put the exhaust manifold on this thing, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of video. I want to be the kind of video that you watch the video and you got something from it. You learn something from it, and you don't learn from. There's other people who do that sort of video really well, and I can't compete with them. I don't want to compete with them, so I do my own thing.
Right. So they can go watch them if they don't like what you
And
do.
I watch them.
Right.
I watch those videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm saying, oh, well, they're not smart enough to do it.
Right.
No, that's not at all. I watch their videos because I enjoy that myself. The type of video we do is I'm trying to share my experience.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not trying to teach.
No.
Trying to share.
Well, you do.
Right.
You do teach, Tony.
Well, teaching is a byproduct.
A day in the life of UTG. Jerky is laughing.
What time do I start working in the morning?
You leave really early.
What time?
Sometimes you leave at like 5 a.m.
And then what time do I typically
Well,
hit the couch at the end of the night?
It depends. Sometimes you're here late. Sometimes you're here until like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually not later than that. Usually like if it's like 11, I start to get worried. I'm like, you okay?
I mean, what a lot of people don't realize, you're going to do something like a simple video. There's so much prep. Like you have to.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite video of yours was still the rant about the ball stud Hemi. You were so mad.
Yeah. Yeah. That was. I remember that.
Let's see. Ari says, Tony, you teach me stuff that I used to get from A to B and stuff that I use to make and save money at work. You're the man.
That's the mission of the channel.
Good.
That's the mission of the channel.
How come Tony's carbs are okay, but a lot I am seeing have ethanol damage?
If you have a small engine that uses like an updraft carb, side draft, anything where the fuel isn't allowed to evaporate, you'll have ethanol damage. If you have a regular carburetor, like the kind that we use, Holley's, Etterbox, Carter's, that sort of thing, where the float bowls are open to the atmosphere, then the fuel literally evaporates before it has a chance to turn to anything. Because it's not so much the ethanol, it's the fact that they used to add things, and I don't know, I'm not a chemist, they used to add things to gasoline to keep it from evaporating. So when they went to closed fuel injection systems, there was no more vent systems, there was no need to put that in gasoline. So that's why today's gas, if you shut your car off and you go back to it 2 days later, you got to crank it for 30 seconds to get the fuel back up because it all evaporated out of the carburetor. There's no way for the ethanol to damage the carburetor. Anybody who tells you they've got ethanol damaging their regular carburetor, I don't believe it. I don't see how it's even possible because it's gone before it could turn bad. But if you've got like a lawnmower, or if you've got any type of vehicle where the gasoline isn't allowed to freely evaporate, or where let's say you've got a motorcycle, for example, where you've got a half a tank or a full tank, and the carburetor is always being replenished as the gasoline turns bad. You see what I'm saying? Then, yeah, I can see that causing ethanol damage. But you don't have it on regular carburetors.
Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but
Smith.
I'm going to spell it.
Smith.
It's PVLVSDOG.
Okay.
Pulvillus dog.
Smith.
Sent you $50. Yeah, $49.99. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
There's
that.
no question with it though. Maybe it went through before the question came through, so I'm gonna keep looking
Yeah.
to see if there is a question.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. We really appreciate
That
it.
goes right into the mix of stuff.
Let's see. Let's see. Parker Russell says, I'm a roadie, granted a new one, but people have no idea how much goes into the smallest of productions.
No idea.
Yeah. Paul Capozola has a bottle rocket question.
Yes, Paul.
How did the 60-foot with the auto trans compare to the manual trans?
My best 60-foot with the manual was a 172. 60-foot. The 60-foot we got the other night, leaving in second gear, was a 169. So, but I don't know yet. I haven't really had a chance to. It's better. I should have gone with the automatic to begin with. It was a mistake going with the 4-speed. But this converter is also too tight. Spraying. So that run that we showed, right?
So it's Pavlov's dog with no A's. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Pavlov's dog. Pavlov's dog, no A's.
So what he's doing is he's remembering, he's going back. He's like honoring the woman's pronunciation movement.
I'm gonna kill you.
You guys are familiar with that, right?
I'm gonna kill you.
The woman's pronunciation movement, because they didn't have the right. Women didn't have the right to use vowels until 1878, I believe it was. And then they started using vowels, and it's been downhill ever since.
Pavlov's dog.
So the run we showed was a 770, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
770 with a 169 60 foot. I only sprayed it for half track, but the reason I don't have a real handle on it yet is because NA, the converter, is way too tight, and if you spray it in first, it's way too violent. So I don't really have a handle on it yet. We had an empty bottle that night. I was able to spray it. I launched the car.
Andy says just add more nitrous. It will help that tight converter. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, but I also want to be able to run the car NA. I'd like to be able to take the
Yeah,
car
but
out
you
and
need to beat him.
yeah, no,
And he,
beating him
and
is
he
no
has to
problem.
tell you how to do it.
Beating as far as I'm concerned, okay, as far as I'm concerned,
Did
not
I
not
just knock something over?
not only do we have a really good chance. I hope is Andy watching?
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah. So I not only do I think we got a really good chance against him, but I think stepping on it, I think we got him covered. I think we got him
Oh,
covered.
do you hear that, Andy?
Yeah.
You
So,
think so,
but at
huh?
any rate, the bottle was empty. So we left in second. Car was out 350 to 400 feet, and it started to like nose. I started to feel lazy, and I let off the button, and it picked up, which means that it was out of nitrous at that point, and I drove it through, and that's the one that we had. So think of it this way: the worst run we could put on that car is a 770.
The worst run.
Yeah, under bad circumstances, with an empty bottle leaving in second, we get a 770 out of it.
Let's see. Able D says, Tony, what type of gas is better for a revival squirt bottle? 87, 91, or 100 octane?
I use 87 for all that stuff. There's no sense in wasting the good fuel.
Michael says, my Uncle Tony, thanks for being a guru on Mopars.
I try. Thank you.
And Unity says it went fat.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Pavlov's dog says, by the way, I still have questions about the pet shop video.
Ask away.
What pet shop video?
The valve, that air valve.
Oh, okay. See, I forget the videos that we
No,
make.
because it's all one video.
So one
it's all
little
one
video.
video.
I was like, pet shop video. What is he talking about? Oh. Let's see. Tight converter. I thought it was 4,500 RPM.
In theory, it's 4,500 RPM. And if you lock it down in second gear and hit it on the starting line, yeah, it's 4,500 RPM. But I need it looser than that. I need it looser than that.
So what do you want to know about the pet shop video?
You always got to keep in mind the one thing with Bottle Rocket is that it's a low compression 318. It has 318 heads on it. It's 273 318 heads. The piston's still 90,000 down the hole. It's a good piston. I got rid of the stock pistons, but it's still 90,000 down the hole. So it's like an 8 3/4 to 1, 9 to 1 compression engine. So it doesn't. It's a tiny motor with not a bunch of compression. So it needs all the mechanical leverage you can get to get off the starting line. So the converter is definitely too tight.
Let's see. Tony, is CNC porting any good? I have a tough to find set of 289 heads. I want to get ported and I'm afraid to wreck them myself. Brzezinski said 300 to port them.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, that's a good price. Nothing wrong with CNC porting. We show home porting because not everybody has access to a machine shop that does CNC porting. That's another thing people don't realize. We're not doing videos specifically for people who live in well-established, well-developed areas. The guys are like, send it to them this to have that done or whatever. It's not always possible. People like there are areas in this country that don't have a machine shop every 20 minutes or right that you got to travel hours to get even the simplest things done. So that's why we stress the home. In addition to the economy thing, the fact that not everybody has access to quality machine work, good porters, and so on and so forth, or can afford it, or wants to even go that way. I get my biggest satisfaction out of working with the least parts and getting the most out of it. And I think a lot of our viewers feel that same way.
We could work with something a little different, right?
Where's the challenge? That's the thing. So you have to say to yourself, why are you building a car? What are you trying to accomplish? For some people, they're only trying to accomplish their ego. They want the biggest, baddest, fastest, whatever it happens to be, and it's to satisfy their ego. And so they will spend a lot of money. They'll go out of their way. They'll sell their grandmother's
Yeah,
gold
but I
teeth.
think it's like cool to like just learn how different systems work. You know?
But we do. All of the systems that we talk about are the same. They were just using basic parts. And then there are other people, like I said, some people are trying to feed their ego, and some people just love to work with stuff. I love the cause and effect aspect of things. I did this, and so it did that. But now it does this. Oh, got to take care of that. Now it does this. And it's that troubleshooting and problem solving aspect of building cars. That's where I get my satisfaction from. I could care less how fast it goes. I care about accomplishing difficult things.
Okay, Pavlov's dog says, you had about the pet shop
Yes, I'm
video. He
listening.
says you had manifold and ported vac connected.
Yes,
I have a vac advance on my Dizzy.
yes.
I'm having the issue you described.
Okay. So you want to maintain the vacuum advance?
That's all it says.
Okay.
He
So-
says, sorry, cat. Calling me Preston is easier. No, it's okay. Pavlov's dog. It's fine.
Yeah, easiest way is to just show you. Here, come to
Okay.
this way, come on.
We're going to go on a trip, a little field trip. Okay.
Okay, so
Hang on, let
here's-
me get over there. I got to carry a big battery pack, so I'm slow. All right.
Yeah, you don't have a crew to carry a battery pack?
No, it's as big as my head, this battery pack. It's pretty heavy.
All right.
All right.
Andy, did you notice that somebody managed to strip the screws that hold this on? And I don't even remember who it was. All right.
Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. You like the little fix that I made because the screw is all. Yeah. All right. So at any rate, this right here is the circuit that we're talking about. So you got manifold vacuum down here and ported vacuum up here. And when the engine is idling, okay, when it's at idle, there's nothing to this passage. This is just think of this as just a straight line into the top part of the carburetor. It's a vacuum leak. So if you're running a vacuum advance off of this, you can tee off of this hose right here, run a tee from here to your vacuum advance. It won't get a signal. The distributor won't get a signal until there's vacuum up top and this port becomes active. Because even though it's pulling vacuum from here, the open here is going to prevent any vacuum from seeing the distributor. So that's what you want to do. If you got a distributor, a vacuum advance, you go from the manifold vacuum to your valve, and then you tee off any place up here, and you won't have any problem. It'll function exactly like a regular vacuum advance.
Okay. Did that answer your question? Pavlov's dog? Okay. I hope so. If not, ask again. Okay. We're back.
Yes.
That was a nice field trip. Is the Blue Hood Dart still being driven, or is that on its way to becoming a project?
Yes, actually, it's drivable.
It's drivable. It's over here, just hanging out.
Yeah, but we're doing well here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like people don't understand. Like for instance,
course not.
that's the motor, or that's the car, and I'm gathering all of the parts to do another 273 for it.
Here.
Right.
What you got in the box, Tony?
Those are the pistons I got from Dizzy Izzy.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Thank you, Dizzy Izzy. He's on right now.
Yeah, and they're gonna go in that engine.
They're going in this engine.
Right.
Thank you.
So I've been gathering parts for that, and that's going to be yet another build.
Okay.
We have stuff lined up for literally for years. We have projects and things
I don't
lined
even want
up
to think about.
for years.
Like we want to do stuff to the tow truck. Like you've been working on that. We want to paint that.
Yeah,
We've got so much to do.
yeah. I was actually going to do the heater on the tow truck this week.
Were you?
Yeah, but I can't climb under the dash.
Well, I can't start stripping paints until we're done with the truck for this season.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and go out next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. What happened to slant swapping the world?
There isn't enough interest in slants.
No.
There isn't enough interest in slants. There is interest, but not enough. Not enough.
When's the 360 build coming?
Uh, I don't have one lined up. I don't have one lined up. Not that I have anything against 360s. I just don't have anything I want to do with 360. Well, there's a 360. We did the 360 that's in her car. That's in the Daily Driver Swinger.
The swinger, yeah.
That was like 2 years ago. But I don't have any future 360 stuff lined up.
Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Michael Grace? Dizzy Izzy says, love to see that. Keith, black pistons and rods.
No rods. Is there rods? Are there rods in that box? I never looked in the box.
You know, probably. I guess so. Tony, you still doing the charger for DD Speed for next year?
Yes.
They can drive it if they want to.
Yeah.
Well, we have to get that in here too because I want to do the interior.
I
have
wanted
the
to
rugs
get that
for
over here
it,
a month ago.
but I got to take the whole interior out.
Right.
It's like 1 billion pieces.
Yeah, that one. The only thing I want to do with that is I want to fix the frame rail because the frame rail is kinked. So I want to fix that, straighten out the quarter, and I got to rebuild the transmission in it because the training's just like, it's okay, but sometimes you'll shift from second to high and it just like runs away, and I can't imagine the kind of carnage that's inside of it. So that's the only other thing we're going to do with that. I was going to put this lockup in it, but nah.
No.
Nah.
I thought you were gonna put a 4-speed in it.
I thought about that too, doing that too. I got a 4-speed sitting I got a 4-speed sitting back there. I thought about putting it in. I don't know.
But
Still
we
up in
don't
the
drive
air.
the car.
We don't drive the car.
Yeah.
But we're going to. I keep saying that. This year, when we got to this point last year, I said to her, next year there's going to be a lot of action. We're going to go out all the time with all of these different projects and stuff, and it never materialized.
What about the people always ask about the blue Roadrunner.
That too. See, that's another. Like we have all of these cars that we want to use, but we're just. Here's what happens: you get into this cycle of making content, and you focus more on things that are going to give you because YouTube is what we do. So it's like, so if I take the blue Roadrunner out, for example, the car needs nothing. We worked the bugs out of it 10 years ago.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
you're gonna
just.
break it.
Was I?
But if you break it, that's content.
I know, but then I gotta fix it.
Right, I
And
know,
then
but
gotta
that's
leave other
content.
cars. Right. So we have cars, we have things, but they don't need anything. And I don't want to like just rehash stuff, or rebuild things, make work for myself just to make content. So we're focusing on the cars that create content as we go along.
Everyone needs to have a 3 on the tree in the stable at some point in their life.
We got one right there.
The gold car,
Yeah, the Dart.
the Dart.
Yeah. We got Mrs. Landy up there.
Mrs.
Right.
Landy.
That's going to be a hypermileage build.
When? When, Tony?
When it'll get views.
Yeah,
See, no, seriously. We had gas prices go up to $4 or $5 a gallon here 6 months ago, however long ago it was, right? And then they started dumping oil out of the SPR and dropped the price down, and it's just games are playing. That's going to turn around when gas goes berserk insane again. Then there'll be enough interest in a hypermile build that we
Right.
can dive into that, and it'll get the views necessary to keep everything on, because everything comes down to views. Everything comes down to views.
Dizzy Izzy says, no thinking of wrong box. You have pistons, floating connectors, and keepers and main bearings. Let's see. Yes, Mrs. Landy. Mrs. Landy's been off the road for a long time.
At least, 2 years?
Yes, financial advice, Joe Brennan.
Yes, this is not financial advice.
Dakota says we've got 22 days till the reserves are 0. Are you
Yeah.
talking about diesel, Dakota? Let's see. Are we allowed to say diesel?
I don't know.
I don't even know. What I'm allowed
There's
to
so
say
many words we
anymore.
can't use. Oh man, what was the land of the free? We have so many words we can't use, or we'll get shadow, and I can't even say the next
Yeah,
word.
don't even
next
say
word.
it.
I can't put those 2 words together, or we will get that.
Let's see. Did you ever put a 440 crank and rods in a 400 block?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, first time we did that was like back in the 80s.
What's up, Ski? You should be
What's going on, Steve?
talking and working at the same time.
No,
Go work on something, Tony.
no,
So, are we gonna paint anything? Because, like, I've got paint. We have paint.
I know,
We bought that gold paint
I know,
for Plan Z.
I know,
That was expensive paint.
I know it was.
Are we gonna use it before it goes bad?
Yes, but I think I want to paint the Charger with that.
Oh, you want the Charger
I
to be
think I want
gold?
the Charger to be gold.
Okay, we can do that. That's fine. So we're not painting Plan Z. We're gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, yeah, I like it like that.
Okay, so we can paint the Charger gold. What about the truck?
I'm still on the fence with that. I don't know.
We
Some-
have that weird paint.
I don't want to paint it that color.
No?
No, that's weird. It's just weird.
It's like a maroon.
Yeah, I don't like that color.
You don't like it?
No, we'll use it as a base coat for something.
Hmm.
Actually, you know what?
What?
That would be a good. I'll tell you what. We could probably get away with painting the Charger with that as a base, and then paint the gold over it, and it would stretch the gold enough that we could probably paint 2 vehicles with it.
No, the Charger's very big. You don't realize how much paint the Charger's gonna take.
If we lay down a gallon of that stuff on the Charger, it's not going to take much to cover that.
I don't know. The Charger's gonna take a lot of paint. It's big. You know how I know?
You
I
scraped it.
stripped the paint
You
off
stripped
of
the
it
paint off of it.
with a razor blade.
That's right.
So yeah, it's bigger than you think it is. Let's see. Ever run Detroit Locker on the street?
A locker? No,
No.
no. Just regular Chrysler shore grips and welded spiders.
Wayne wants to know what you do for a living.
This.
J-Ski says, for a small fee plus expenses, I know somebody who could come around and drive some of that stuff. Laugh out loud. Who, you? You kind of come over here, Ski, and drive some stuff?
Well, you gotta see. That's the other thing too. People are always like, "Oh, I'll drive that." I don't need so. Okay,
Ski, you're in Florida.
I'm completely capable of driving everything. That's not a problem.
He wants a small fee.
Small fee.
Yeah.
I'm completely capable of driving everything. It's the time that it takes. Like for instance, my time is more productive here, right? This is where I work. Okay, so think of it like think of it like Smokey Unick. I'm not comparing myself to Smokey Unick, but I'm saying it's a situation like that. Smokey's place was in the shop. He had people go out and run his cars. When I say I need somebody to run these cars for me, I mean come here with your trailer, pick the goddamn thing up, and take it to the track. Right? So like if I have to get it loaded up and bring it to the track and do all that, well, I might as well just drive the frickin' thing myself, no? The whole idea is to get people who want to be involved that will take the car, physically take the car, and say, okay, we're going to this event and we're going to go to that event. And I say, good, let me know how things go. And
They go badly.
I know they go badly.
So
I have found that
think
out.
it's a bad idea.
I have found that
altogether.
out.
So just stop with
I
that
have
idea.
found that out. Yes, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
I know. It works good on paper.
Right.
On paper, in theory, I'm
Yeah.
learning, guys. I'm learning.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
60 years old, but I'm still learning as I go along. So that idea works well on paper, but in reality, it turns into a freaking disaster.
Ski says you're incapable of being in two places at once, or you'd be in a windowless room in the sub-basement of the Pentagon. Laugh out loud.
Ski knows.
Ski knows. Let's see. Vega 660 says, is there a way to make an engine backfire on command?
Yeah, well, yeah. I just bring the revs up, kill the ignition for a second, pump the gas a couple of times, flick the ignition back on. Boom!
Lost Cadaver says, UTG, I don't feel right driving another man's car. It just doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't. They're just machines. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but
bother me.
let's see. Um, in your last videos about ignition timing, did you say ported or manifold vacuum is best for street performance?
I like manifold vacuum. Well, okay. Me personally, I only use I don't use vacuum advance on any performance build. But that's just me. That's just me. Other people do, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I know when I do, I use manifold vacuum because I want the advance there. Okay, so you give it gas. If it's ported vacuum, there's a lag time from the time that you give it gas to the time it actually pulls the advance. I want the advance instantly there. So as I step on the gas, it's not retarding does that make any sense?
Let's see. Um, Tony, if you built the car, wouldn't you know how to drive it best versus anyone else?
Well, if I work the bugs out of it, as I'm doing with Bottle Rocket now, right? If I work the bugs out of it, then if I have a capable person,
Are you looking at me?
no,
Oh,
I'm thinking about all the incapable people I've
I
dealt
said I
with.
was going to drive it.
If I have a capable person, I should be able to say, try launching it this way. When it does this, do that, and blah, blah, blah. And they should be able to go out and within 2 or 3 runs, have a feel on their own, and then they could start making changes on their own. But they have to be capable, meaning that they have to have they have to have some clue as to how things work, how cars work. They have to have a freaking clue. And this is my problem. I've been working with people, I've been coming across people who don't have a clue how any of this shit works. That's been my problem so far.
Sarah says, I could do that, boss.
I know you could zero. You're a capable person. You're not the type that would bite off more than you could chew.
Ski says, and on a performance bent, if you loosen the converter on the bottle rocket for NA, won't it be too loose for the juice when you finally hit the button?
No, because then I'll just leave in second gear all the time. See, if we're going to spray, if the converter's looser, I'll leave it in second when we're going to spray. And we're going to run NA, I'll leave it in first gear. See what I'm saying? Now, if I loosen the converter, it would be even stouter leaving in second gear. Think about that.
Zero says, I drive, boss. It's my skill. The best drivers have no clue on mechanicals.
That's not true. That's not true. That might have been true in like 1958. You know what I mean? And Enzo Ferrari would just put the most instinctual, right, the jockey in the car. And no, it doesn't work like that. You have to have an idea how the cause and effect of things.
Franco says he's telling me that the paint won't go bad. Just keep it tightly closed and don't let it freeze. It's not in a cold place, right?
No.
Okay. We did have white paint that was bad. Remember? We used it for the
The 73 Roadrunner.
Yeah. That paint that we bought was no good.
Terrible.
It was like chalk.
I got a
Every
deal on
time
it.
I wash the car, chalk comes off.
I know.
It's very sad. I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, but also you remember I painted that 12 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but it was like that when it was new.
I know, but it's 12 years. It's 12-year-old paint, and it's never been washed. I mean,
I have watched the car we're talking
well,
about.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, Tony. Uh-oh, Tony's here, you're
Oh.
rolling. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
you don't
look
see
this
that.
way. Oh, yeah, 18 plus, right? uh, this is not body and paint advice, no.
No.
Let's see. Wilpor's Mustangs and Minivan says, I will gladly race any car you build, rent trailer done, rent truck done, drive to UTG priceless.
Are you close? Where do you live?
Yeah, I don't think he's close. He's not close.
No.
This is.
You can come back.
Oh, can I come back? Okay, you done?
Yeah.
All right. Why doesn't Tony roll a dozen cigs before his live stream? I don't know.
I don't either. I just roll them as I want them.
Mexican Spec, what kind of advice do you give?
Yeah, marginal
Advice,
advice.
marginal advice. Don't listen to anything. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't know what that is. Floyd's garage is being cold. Could I take a vacation and go run a car for you for a weekend?
No.
No? Okay.
Too much potential weirdness and liabilities involved in that.
Yeah. Zero says I could move to Austin anytime I want. That's much closer than here. It is much closer.
Zero,
It's
just
still
come to
far.
Tennessee. Forget Austin. The hippies all moved to Austin.
That's
It's
true.
bad. It's bad. They're all,
It's quite expensive as well. I see a new Titan welder. Is that the mystery? Do you have a new Titan welder?
Nah, it's not, it's that little
Oh,
thing. No, I bought that to do that video, that battery video.
Yeah.
I haven't used it since.
Let's see. South Carolina. I don't care about where I want to race. Any motorcycle content in the near future?
Yes, and I'm not sure exactly. Yes, there is motorcycle content coming.
Zachary says, Uncle Tony, please wish my wonderful girlfriend Sarah a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sarah! Oh my God!
Happy birthday, Sarah.
How can we celebrate this? What can we light up?
Oh, don't light anything.
Oh.
Did you pour gas everywhere?
No, it's just water.
Oh, okay.
It's stunt gas.
Eric says, Tony, I'm in Nashville. Do you have a public garage I can take your old car to? An old car to?
I don't do any outside work. Everything that's done here is specifically, exclusively for the channel.
Yeah, it's not a public shop.
Yeah, it's not a public shop. If you have an interesting issue or an interesting build that you want to work on, then we can talk about it, because then we will do it as part of it won't cost you anything. We don't charge anything to anybody who we do work with here. But yeah, if it's an interesting enough project, then bring it and we'll do it for content. I have that guy bringing that 6-pack satellite. He was going to rebuild the torque flight here
Yes, after Halloween.
after Halloween,
Yeah.
which is tomorrow.
Right. Umpalaya sent you $4.99.
Thank you.
Restoring 93 5.2 liter Magnum. Live at 3,400 feet and will travel between here and sea level at 5,000 feet. Tempted to ditch the EFI, yay or nay?
I mean, you're at altitude, but that's not crazy altitude. No, I see those early TBI units are troublesome, and you definitely will get better mileage and performance out of a carburetor than you will out of that particular setup. So yeah, I would say go for it. Use a Carter or an Edelbrock. Use an Edelbrock because they're very easily tunable for altitude changes. So you get yourself an Edelbrock and get a strip kit, what they call a strip kit, and then it'll have an assortment of drop rods and springs and so on and so forth. And you can literally make jet changes or jetting changes, not actually changing the jets, but making change. You can change drop rods, like literally you pull to the gas station, put the nozzle in the tank, set it on slow, open your hood, make your drop rod change, and by the time you're done, you'll have filled up your tank. That's how long it takes. So that's what I would recommend you do with that, and then just play around with it till you find your best balance.
What's up, John M? He says hi, Cat and UT.
Below John M.
Let's see. Stunt gas, yeah.
Stunt gas.
Stunt gas. Oh no! Don't show that. Dee Speed Shop.
Dee Speed Shop.
Uncle Kathy and Sarah have the same birthday. It's not my birthday.
It's every day's your birthday.
Oh, every day's my birthday. Yeah. What's up, Dee Speed Shop?
Every day's your birthday.
It's
Who's
true.
Sarah?
That's who you just said happy birthday to.
Oh, happy birthday, Sarah!
My goodness. It's the Alzheimer's.
I'm old.
Oh no, Tony. Let's see. Shane says, I haven't been to the channel for a while. What happened to the three younger guys that were working in your shop?
They have their own channel. It's called Daddy's Money Garage. They moved on there. So essentially, what happened was maybe 3 months, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, their build started taking on a. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. The idea was to have it was an experiment to see how these guys were going to build a car. So I gave them a car, and the idea was to build a junkyard jet, right? You know, something that was based on junk parts. And it started out, all of the work on the car was going normally as we would expect. They were making progress and so on and so forth. But I noticed a trend of them spending money on a lot of really what I felt to be extraneous things. Like instead of picking up like a cheap gauge set, they'll buy $600 worth of the best gauges there are. Instead of just wiring in a couple of switches, they'll get a panel and right. So just little things like that. Instead of like rebuilding a carburetor, they went and bought a new carburetor. So as their project moved along, I realized that it fit less and less within the spirit of the kind of content that we were covering. And so at that point, I was like, cover it on your channel. It just didn't fit. They were doing things that didn't work within the ethos of UTG, the way we establish things. They ended up spending, okay, let's put it this way. This is no exaggeration. There's no exaggeration. If you add up how much I have in every vehicle here, okay, there's about, okay, there's 600, 400. All right, if you add up the total, what I have invested in every vehicle in this shop, it's approximately how much they have in that car. And I just can't endorse that. So they started doing the build on their own channel, and it was fine. It's like the whole idea, it was an experiment. So you got my blessing, man. Do what you're going to do, spend what you're going to spend, but I can't endorse that. So that's when we started like getting away from it. And then there were some incidents that occurred leading up to the No Name Nationals that I didn't like how they were handled, and at that point I kind of cut ties with them. They're good kids. Austin is a good guy. John is a really good guy. I've had a lot of affection for them. They're good people. They just have much different priorities, much different ways of viewing the world. Does that make any sense? So I have no hard feelings towards them or anything like that, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I hope I explained. Was that an accurate
I think it was a
explanation?
good explanation, but
Okay.
obviously there's people that aren't going to accept that.
I'm just telling
So-
them like it is.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know, like people that are complaining about it, because I've seen a couple of comments come up in here. Like, do you get along with everybody? Let me ask you, because you seem to have a problem.
I don't
Not
get along
you.
with
I'm
everybody.
talking about like this person who's like,
Oh.
you. I
What-
guess
what'd
they
they
get
say?
along with everyone. Like
they
these
say?
people get along with everyone. They like everyone. They're the perfect
What
person,
did they say?
obviously. No, nothing.
No, go
Don't
ahead.
worry
No,
about it. It
no,
was
no.
deleted. It's gone.
Oh.
I didn't do it.
Yeah,
but
don't
I
do
mean,
stuff like that. No, I don't get along with everybody.
I don't get along with everybody.
And I tell
like if you
people-
do, you have no spine or backbone or any ideas of your own.
Right.
But
I tell everybody when they get involved with me, right? This is an experiment. It may last a day, it may last a year, it may last the rest of our lives. But this is an experiment. And that's just the way it is. That's how I view things. I'm not hard to get along with. I know I'm not hard to get along with. But I'll only go so far before I'm like, you're out, you're done. Because I have things to accomplish. I have goals that I'm trying to accomplish, and anybody who stands in the way of those goals, they just don't fit. They gotta go. Now, hate me for it if you
yeah,
want.
I
You
don't
know
think
what I mean?
everybody. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Hate me for it if you want. That's cool. But it is what it is.
Joe Brennan sent you $5.
Thank you, Joe.
He says, I love that you stand by your principles, Tony. Please don't ever sell out, and please keep up the awesome work.
Dude, I haven't sold out. I'm in media, in and out, right? Since 1985, when I started doing the magazines the first time, right? I have never sold out. I have never sold out. We always championed the average guy. Because even then, even when I was a kid, in my 20s, and I was a writer, even then, I saw that the media, the establishment, ignored people who were struggling to work, to get the things done. You know, the average person who doesn't have a bunch of money to blow on stuff, that doesn't have a lot of tools, doesn't have a big shop, doesn't have access to CNC machines or porting.
I need to read this one. Ted Kaczynski says, you're hard to get along with.
Okay.
How would Ted Kaczynski know? Has he ever met you or spoken to you?
Listen, if that's Ted Kaczynski's opinion, that's fine. I can be hard to get along with. My life is not a popularity contest. Either you like me or you don't.
Right.
You can hate my guts, but watch my videos because you'll pick something up from them, and that's fine by me.
They were able to get along with you for over a year. I
Yes.
mean, you can't be that hard to get along with.
Even after I decided that the direction that their project had taken, that I wasn't, you know, I wasn't gonna continue covering it on this channel. And if you go back and you look at the videos, you can kind of see where I started tapering off. I encouraged them to do their own channel. I gave them as much advice as possible. I encouraged them to shoot their videos here because they had everything that they needed, and you know what I mean? So I went out of my way to help them, even after I decided not to cover their build anymore. So, you know, don't get the wrong idea. It wasn't like, I don't like what you're doing, you're out of here. It wasn't like that at all. It went on for months where they continued building the car, and I continued encouraging and promoting their channel and their videos. And I would do a
giving
video.
them parts.
And I kept giving them parts.
Right.
They still got my freaking rear end in the car.
Right.
But it's like, I encouraged what they were doing. I promoted what they were doing. Anytime they reached a plateau with their build, I would say in our videos, and the Junkyard Jet guys have gotten to this point, whatever it would happen to be, they have the latest video on that up on their channel. So I was literally promoting the hell out of their channel the whole time, even after I stopped covering it on our channel for content, because what they were doing didn't suit what we do. So that's what happened there. It was only after this political incident happened that I just, okay, done.
Dee Dee Speech Up says, but you're still cool with Dee Dee Speech Up,
No,
even
you're a
though
dick.
our heads have ballooned
Canadian.
up so big, we had to replace our house doors with bay doors. It's funny. Sorry,
You
my
guys-
question caused controversy. No, it's all right.
Whose question caused controversy?
The Junkyard Jet question.
Oh, no, it's not controversy. I ask away. You got a question, you ask it, I'll answer it. Sometimes the questions don't get to me. I don't do that, right? We have mods who, in their judgment, will squash certain questions. I don't question what they do. I don't know. I can't read the questions, so I don't know. Kathy will sometimes not read questions for whatever reason. I don't question her. But if a question comes through to me, I answer it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the only thing I won't read is like people who have ghosted me. If they comment, I won't read their questions.
If they ghosted you,
Yeah.
who's ghosted you?
Let's not discuss it.
Okay.
Let's see. I love my kitties just as much as my doggos, Doug Norton says. People move on. It happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony hates everyone equally.
Yes, I'm an equal.
Tony doesn't
equal
hate
opportunity
anybody.
hater.
Let's see. Willie Sweet Jr. Hard to argue with someone that can take a basically stock engine, put a small hit of nitrous stuffed in a four-door car and run under 7 seconds. Well, an eighth mile.
Yeah,
Yeah. What does ghosted mean? It means when you message someone
and they don't
and
return
they
the message.
ignore you.
Right. This was a problem.
Yeah.
This was a problem.
This was an issue.
Right. This was an issue. There's more things that go on behind the scenes than you guys.
You guys
will
have
ever-
no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. UT needs to become a defensive lawyer. Funny.
I defended myself against the Brooklyn DA's office and won. Like, she's like, don't talk about
Well,
that.
we talked about that already. What were the what were the political issues from out of the loop? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
It had to
fine.
do with other channels and
Oh,
trolls and things that were said on live streams and stuff like that that didn't sit with me.
let's see. Um, let's see. Tony, your spiel on the JJ crew and your philosophy is life lesson. I don't know. What do you think?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm not trying to teach life lessons.
No,
You know,
we're just trying to
if,
make
if you get a life lesson out of it, then awesome. But
videos about cars.
I do videos about cars
Right.
and car people doing car things with
Right.
cars,
Yeah, this is how we do it. Like
and occasionally
literally.
motorcycles.
Um, Tony is one of the guys that likes to stay in the red felt rope area. You can look, but you can't touch. What? Tony? Tony?
I'm the exact opposite.
No. This is not life advice, right? We don't have any advice. Let's see. What are we handing out for candy?
We didn't buy any yet,
No, we didn't buy any yet.
but we're not going to be around for it.
We're gonna go
We're
hang
gonna
out
be
with
over
our
our
granddaughters. Yeah. Let's see. Tony, you're the only channel that gives me anxiety because I don't have the latest tool or car lift or CNC machine. Thank you.
I give you
I
anxiety.
think he meant that doesn't give him anxiety.
Oh,
Uh, when the guys leave UTG, we find out how little they know. Well, I mean, they said they didn't know a lot.
yeah, they never
Yeah, they
never
never said-
pretended.
yeah.
Unlike some other people,
Okay.
they never pretended that they knew anything. They were,
Zero says he will fight you, DeFeo attorney at street law.
the Junkyard Jet guys never pretended to know anything. They made
Right.
it, they made it clear up front that they knew nothing, and I like that about them because it was like, yeah, really, these guys are completely green. So they're representative of people who are in our audience, and that's why we did this. The whole reason we did the Junkyard Jet thing was because we have a lot of viewers that are in their 20s and their 30s that they want to get involved in this stuff, but they're apprehensive. They don't really know what they're going to be up against, and so on and so forth. And so that was the whole purpose of doing the Junkyard Jet thing. It was to inspire guys who are in that position. They don't know anything. And look, if you don't know anything, you can still accomplish this. It didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way. That was the goal of it. You know, but they never put up any fronts or any pretense that they knew anything, that they had any abilities or anything. Unlike some other freaking people, they
Tony's Halloween outfit is angry mechanic. Could be. Could be.
next.
Next. Let's see. Tony, Mopar 6-pack versus Pontiac Tri-Power.
Uh, the trips are 350. You know what? I tell you what, flip a coin, man, because I've seen people work magic with those tri-powers. When I was a kid, like in the 70s, in like Brooklyn, Staten Island, there were a bunch of guys who ran tri-power sets. A lot of them ran out of Nunzi's shop. And those cars ran seriously hard. Even though at that time, like in the 70s, people were like looking at six-pack setups and tri-powers as like a joke. I remember several of those cars that ran really, really hard. So I'm going to say flip a coin. I think they're both about equal. I think the Chrysler setup has a bit of an advantage in the manifold, only because it's got slightly longer runners than the Pontiac.
Is Tony related to the DeFeo from Amityville?
Yes.
We don't know exactly how.
There's a DeFeo clan in Long Island. That's
Yeah.
there was a family break. See, I'm not the only one. I have lots of ancestors who just like, you know, right. So there was a break in the family someplace in like the 1950s or so, and yeah, they went their own way. But yes,
Will you guys attend the PRI show?
no,
We thought about it. for a moment.
Well, we were gonna go do something obnoxious. What was it?
No, I don't think we were going to do anything obnoxious. We were just going to go.
Were we?
Yeah, I think we were just going to go.
The last time I was at PRI was like
I think we were
1990.
going to go to see how many dirty looks we got.
Oh, right. It was just after we did something. I forgot
We
what
did
it was.
something, yeah.
We did some video, right? That was like a to the establishment, and the PRI was like right then, and I was like, let's go to PRI and just go
Well,
get
no,
dirty.
it's in December.
Yeah, this was last year.
Oh,
Let's go to PRI and let's see how many dirty looks we get, and we didn't bother going. The last time I was at PRI was 1993 or 1994. I went with a group called the Fuel Altereds of America, which was a circuit that we had going at the time.
John M. says you're kidding. An Italian family had a rift.
Hard to believe, right? Hard to believe anything like that could ever happen.
Oh my God. It's crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. Let's see.
Seriously, Italians. This is why I stay away from Italians. I identify as a German, okay?
You're not German.
I identify as a German. I can identify as whatever I want, right?
Oh my goodness, Tony.
My pronouns are sour and kraut. So
They're not. You're Italian.
the Italians are like, family. Fuck family. Fuck you, your family. So that's Italians. That's just the way they are.
Oh my gosh. Sorry to our Italian viewers.
But they know. You don't have to
know, I
apologize
know.
to them. They know. Family, right there, right in the back.
Italians certainly are a lively bunch.
We are.
When you hear your family, Joe K says.
You are
Until
my
you're
family.
not.
Until you're not.
Oh, it's too funny. You're an honorary German now.
Yes.
Sour and kraut. They talk with their hands too, yeah. Scale modeling on the cheap says no apology needed.
You know, right? You know. I'm not the only one.
Kubi's Garage says I'm German. We aren't much better. Yeah.
You're a little better. You're a little
Not
better.
really, no. Not really.
If you got
Bad
over
in
that,
different ways.
if you got over that compulsion to take over the world every 50 or 60 years, you'd be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
But the fact that you come this close, 40 million people, you got to give respect there. 40 million people, you come this close to, right? So,
Let's see. Uncle Tony, progressive linkage or 1-to-1 on mild cammed header 440 with Edelbrock carbs.
but if you're going to drive on the street, progressive, definitely progressive. If it's a track car, then you go 1-to-1. But if it's a street car, progressive.
Okay.
And you don't have to go a lot progressive. A lot of people set them up so that there's like, you get 3/4 throttle on the front carburetor before the back one opens up and it just slams open. You just need like 1/8 throttle on before you bring in the secondaries, because typically that's when you're driving, that's all you're using. So
Scale modeling says, want to get disinvited to Italian family gatherings? Bring white wine. That's all it takes. That's all it
but what if
takes.
they're having fish?
Well, see, I would think, yeah, if you're having fish, they would have that, but. Hook, Line, and Fishing says, I'm half Native American, thank God. I don't know. Oh, too funny. Heinz 57, I think it's just family. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So,
Ah,
Zero says, hook and line rat. I'm also Kickapoo tribe. So Zero is in the Kickapoo.
nice. And look at this, a beautiful carb adapter and
Nice.
Harley Davidson front caliper that he's got. We'll even throw this.
He says bacala needs red. Do you want bacala, Tony?
No, I'm good.
Gotta get the bacala.
Let's throw this valve in for 0 too.
Okay. Here's one. UT.
Yeah.
Did you come from a family of mechanics,
No.
hot rodders, or is the love of cars and mechanics something that was appealing to you?
I come from the least mechanical automotive family you could ever
It was
imagine.
always an issue. They didn't like the fact
It was always an
that
issue.
he was a mechanic.
And it goes back to, I tell you what, I was persecuted from the time I was like maybe 5 or 6 years old because I loved cars. So I looked at the car magazines and car toys, car everything. My whole universe was cars. Just I loved cars, and my family they couldn't handle that. They
They
could not
hated
handle
it.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I grew up with much adversity, and that's probably why I'm as sort of tenacious today as I am.
Well, you were tenacious then, so it's not just today.
Well, yeah.
you,
It's probably
you've calmed
why I'm
down.
able to let shit just roll off my back. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Dr. Glitch Z sent you MX50. I don't know what MX is.
I don't need
$50.
Mexican.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, but thank you very
Hi,
much.
Tony. What is recommended used to get 7,000 plus RPM on a 360 small block Mopar?
7,000 RPM starts to become a bit of an issue, especially with the 360, because the main bearing sizes and all. Okay, your main problem you're going to run into the cylinder heads are up to it, no problem. Obviously, you know already you need valve springs to work with that. 7,000 RPM isn't a crazy. It's not the outer limits, but the most important thing you can do for any high RPM small block Mopar, and when I say high RPM, anything that's going to expected to live over 6,000 RPM for more than just a flash at a time, is an oil. Oh yeah, come here.
He says it's a Mexican peso. Thank you. I wasn't familiar. Okay.
You want to bridge. You want to bridge the oil galleys, okay? You want to bridge the oil galleys because what happens is this galley here. This is it. So this is the feed, and it goes down to the number one main, and then it comes up here. It's just like a V, and then it feeds this side, and this side doesn't get as much oil as it should. It's a weird oiling system, but it's all based around the number one cam bearing. So running a bridge between these oil galleys, like right here to here, is probably for if you expect the small block Mopar to live at high RPM for any amount of time, I would consider that to be essential. Other than that, everything else is good to go.
Okay. Have you ever seen Bigfoot?
No.
Aaron Stratton says, love the channel. Thoughts on how to do a 440 crank and a 400 block and any potential benefits?
Yeah. Turn the main bearings down on the 440 crank and drop it in the 400 block. Use the 400 connecting rods, the 383 or 400 connecting rods, the shorter rods, and order a set of pistons. They're off the shelf. Every piston manufacturer has those pistons in stock because it's such a common swap.
Dr. Glitzy says, to make more pressure.
Not to make more pressure. It's to ensure even pressure through the engine.
Okay. Good evening, Daryl Smith.
Pressure is overrated. You need a minimum of 7 pounds for every 1,000 RPM. So 6,000 or 7,000 RPM motor, you're going to need about 48 or 50 pounds of oil pressure to keep that thing happy. But even that, we were just talking about this, I think last week. On Bottle Rocket, I'm using like a zero weight. I don't even know what it is. It was like I went to Walmart and I bought the thinnest synthetic that they had. It's like a 0W5 weight, whatever it is. It pours literally like water. And so there's nothing on the gauge. The gauge doesn't read anything. The oil is straight through. But it runs fine. I mean, it's been over 6,500 numerous times and no issues at all.
Keith Newberry says, I just bought a 68 Plymouth Fury 3. Needs a lot of work. Got it for $1,200.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
We had one of those.
Yeah, we did. I remember I ran out of gas with it or something, and I tried to push it by myself, out of the middle of the street?
Yeah,
Oh my God, I almost died.
that car was 4,400 pounds.
It was extremely
It
heavy.
was a 318, no air, and it was 4,400 pounds.
That car was crazy heavy. I don't think I really was able to move it.
It was heavy.
Yeah. Let's see. Wayne Ferguson. Hi, Tony.
Anyway,
Have you made a start on closing the chambers on those 318 heads yet?
I haven't. I haven't.
How does the weight distribution to the rear wheels on the G-body El Caminos compare to a regular G-body?
I've never put one on a scale, but guys have no problem running those Elkies. I don't know. I don't know.
Why did I run out of gas? I don't know.
You're faulty.
I'm faulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the gas gauge didn't work, and I'm faulty.
And she's stupid.
And
She's
stupid.
stupid, yes.
Like, I'm really stupid.
Right.
Tony must not be 100% Italian. His hands don't move with his mouth. Oh,
You could
are
have
they
fooled me.
supposed to?
I have to see.
All right, let's see.
I have to roll a cigarette because I'm stupid.
I'm stupid too. It's fun being stupid. Do you have a favorite 50s Mopar?
I like the Sotos. I like late 50s DeSotos.
Kickendale, what's up?
Hey, Kikino.
Tony, if I start my engine and I blow black carbon out the exhaust, I'm overfueling from the carb, right?
Typically, yes.
Did Economic Ninja ever try to get a hold of you?
No, he didn't.
No, not that I know of.
No. I watch his videos all the time, though.
Yeah. Are you done yet? You're not done yet?
I'm not done yet. He occasionally pops into the live.
Yeah, sometimes. Keith Newberry says, love your channel.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Keith. Billy Bob says, I'm doing a great job. Can you zoom in on something when Tony rolls? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Everything in here is really dusty. We got to get it outside and clean everything.
Oh, I can tell the story of the gate.
The what gate?
The one that the second time it's tried to kill me.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. We're going to walk over here. Field trip. Oh, he said he would send an email? All right, I'll check and look. We get so many emails that I don't see them all. Economic Ninja.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Stuntman's Gate. Do we need permission slips? Yes.
Look, fresh bottle. Yay.
Oh, you got a new bottle.
Isn't that pretty?
Somebody was asking where to get bottles, and there's like a place in Lebanon and a place in Spring Hill.
Yeah, I got that off of Marketplace.
But yeah, we just bought this one.
So when I was in the parts business, I had to drag crazy heavy things up on the trailer, because like disabled cars and all. So regular ramps weren't going to cut it. So I built this thing here for that purpose. I could put a piece of wood over it and then drag anything I wanted over it. So when we started using this trailer to carry our cars around, I kept it.
It's a junky trailer. We need a
Oh,
new
yeah,
one.
this thing is trash.
People were making fun of it. They were like, "Oh, nice trailer."
Yeah, no, I know it's junk. I know it's junk. I'm just looking for the right deal, right? It's fine for our purposes
Right now, yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but I got a lot of scars, like on my
Show your
arm.
scars.
I got. Well, they're all over the place.
Well, here you can
So,
see. There's
yeah.
a big one there. Turn your arm.
There's
No, the other
there's
way.
this one. There's the one that.
There's there.
Yeah,
and
there.
then you're over here. The one on your bicep.
Yeah. The big one there.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's this one here. You can't really see there's a scar anymore, but it goes right to the bone. Right. It
your
dug
nose.
into the bone. Oh yeah. My
The
nose.
scar on your
My
nose.
nose got cut in half, and my lip got cut in half. So it was while I was putting this together. I was cutting this metal, and as I was cutting on it.
You need some olive oil on there. Yeah. Your arms are dry.
As I was cutting on this, the wheel exploded and the grinder kicked back at me, and I didn't have a guard on it. And that's why these days, yeah, anytime you see me with a grinder, I got a guard on it. I never used a guard. I never thought it could happen to me, but it happened to me. So the grinder came, it kicked back, it hit
Oh,
my
I
hand
just
like
lost
this.